Shadowkeep is just a few weeks away, and you want to make sure you're taking advantage of this downtime in order to stock up on key resources and materials. The two most important things to have heading into Shadowkeep are going to be mod components and enhancement cores, and that will be the focus of this video. If this video is helpful, hit that like button, it does make a difference. Even better, subscribe, come back here for more videos and live streams. I want to thank you guys so much for your support. It does mean the world to me, and I sincerely appreciate it. So, let's jump right into this. Why do you need enhancement cores and mod components? Well, you want to have cores because these are used to upgrade your weapons and armor. That's the case right now, and that will be the case when Shadowkeep arrives here on October 1st. You want to have mod components because with the new mod 2.0 system, there's going to be an influx of a lot of cool new mods, and you'll use these to buy those brand new mods. So you want to make sure you have both of these. Now you'll notice here that I have way more enhancement cores than I do mod components. These are a bit more rare in my opinion, and let's talk about those first. The one thing you want to do, and this is probably the most important thing, is make sure you grab all the bounties available that will give you either mod components and enhancement cores or just enhancement cores. And the ones that come to mind are the bounties from Banshee 44 over in the tower. Now you notice here all these calibration mods. These give you mod components and enhancement cores, and they are pretty easy to get done. There are some daily ones you can do, and these are pretty fast and easy to get done. And there's also a weekly one. Now the weekly one will give you a random mod, as well as some materials from a different planet. So make sure you grab all of these each and every single day. These are going to be your best bet. They're easy, they're fast, and they give you a nice return on your investment. You can also grab bounties from Spider over Untitled Chapter, but you notice that these give you legendary gear and an enhancement core, so these don't give you mod components directly. The other thing too about these is they do cost more. To buy these, it costs ghost fragments, so you can get those by doing patrols and public events over on the Tangled Shore, but these are not going to be quite as efficient as the ones from Banshee. So no doubt about it, these are going to be your best way of getting mod components. And if there's one takeaway is make sure you guys grab those every single day. Now you can also look at your gear. I don't have any on me right now, but if you have any year one weapons or armor, when you break down that armor, exotic armor that is, that will give you a mod component. So maybe you have some old exotic gear that you don't use anymore. You probably have a better year 2 version. Break down that year 1 version. That'll give you a couple mod components if you're running really low. The one thing you can do too is you notice here I have a bunch of these Lionheart auto rifles. I grab these for my collections. If I break these down, there's a decent chance that one of these will turn into a mod component. Usually it's like 1 out of every 8 to 10. So keep that in mind. This will be a great way if you have a bunch of extra weapon parts and glimmer. Buy these from your collections, break them down. Like I said, it's roughly 1 out of every 10 will do it, but you can easily grab that from your collections. Now, the reason why I did the Lionheart one is because any of the adventures, any of the gear you get from adventures, like this one is from the Thief of Thieves adventure, that's going to give you more material. So if I grab this really quick just to demonstrate, this cost me 250 glimmer and 3 gunsmith materials. I'll grab this one here as well. This is a Forsaken one. We'll grab that one. And just to break those down both at the same time, you'll notice that the Forsaken one gives me back 1 gunsmith material and 100 glimmer, whereas the Adventure one breaks down into 2 materials and 125 glimmer. So you're going to get back more of your materials, and that's why I recommend those adventure weapons over other ones. But breaking those down will be a great way of getting mod components. So we've covered the bounties, we've covered the collection method. You can also too look at your mods themselves. Maybe you have a bunch of these mods. Like for instance, I have a lot of these radar tuners. I don't see myself using 11 of these. I can probably break down a couple of these, and truth be told, you may end up doing that for a lot of your old school mods when mod 2.0 comes out, but this is going to be a nice way of getting some mod components, and as you saw right there, some legendary shards too. So keep that in mind here. You can break down a couple of these. Like I said, keep some of them though, don't break down all of them. But if you're running low and you need some mod components, that will be a decent way of doing it as well. So we've covered mod components in pretty good detail. What about enhancement cores? Well, we saw that there are some bounties that will give you enhancement cores. We saw that breaking down different gear can give you enhancement cores, but it has to be masterworked. You can get enhancement cores by ranking up in Crucible, your Valor ranking. I think once you get 1800 Valor, you'll get 10 enhancement cores. If you're in a clan, you can get the clan weekly bonus, which is 7. So those are going to be nice ways you can get a lot of those, especially if it's like double or triple Valor. That's going to be a nice way of playing Crucible and getting a lot of gear, getting a lot of enhancement cores that way. But still, in my opinion, the most efficient way of doing it is the materials exchange, and that's why I'm over here with our buddy Brother Vance. Now, I bought these simulation seeds from Spider. You want to make sure you're buying these from Spider when they are enhancement core or when they are legendary shards. So I bought 1,000 of these, and now this cost me 200 legendary shards to buy 1,000 seeds. I should get back roughly 170, and that's something that we'll keep track of right here. I'm at 2,061, and I cleared out most of my character here so that none of my gear goes to the postmaster. But I'm going to turn these in right now, and we're going to see exactly how many enhancement cores we get. We're going to see exactly how many legendary shards we get back, and we're also keeping track of how many mod components, because this is another way you can get mod components. But just want to double check. We're at 347. 112, so we'll see how much we have at the very end here. So I'm gonna turn these in. This should give me a decent amount of enhancement cores. I'm looking for masterwork gear, particularly masterwork weapons. Those are going to be better because they can dismantle into 2 enhancement cores, whereas armor only ever is 1. But this method has been done before. I've talked about this method before. This is going to be something you can use right now heading into Shadowkeep. Just make sure you have a nice amount of shards to do this. If you're running low on shards, just play the game normally, more or less. Do all of your milestones. Do all of your daily, weekly milestones. Even the daily adventures that pop up, do those. Break down most of your gear because, truth be told, a lot of the gear you get right now you're not going to use anyway. And part of the most important thing is don't use any of your materials. So don't enhance anything unless you absolutely have to. All of your gear is going to be bumped up to 750 anyway. So part of having legendary shards, part of having these materials in general, is not spending what you have. But I'm turning these in right now. I'm looking for masterwork gear. I've only seen, I think, 1 pop up so far. So part of this is luck of the draw. There is RNG in this, as you might expect. But every now and again, you might get exotic too. So keep that in mind. We're breaking this down. We're about halfway through right now. I want to make sure nothing goes to my postmaster really quick. This is why it's nice to have your character completely clear, free and clear. So we were at 2061. Looks like we're almost about 100 back. Keep in mind, all the shaders we get, all these shaders will give us back legendary shards as well. That's why Brother Vance is the best vendor to do this with. The only vendor I would not recommend would be Anna Bray over on Mars, because her packages, for whatever reason, they cost a bit more, I think. So maybe we can get lucky here. If we can get 1 more piece of masterwork here, maybe 2, that'd be awesome. If we get an exotic, even better. It'd be cool for the video, but not a big deal. So all these weapons here will give us back legendary shards. We're looking, though, for that masterwork gear, because that's what's going to really give us what we're looking for, and that is enhancement cores. Enhancement cores are going to be so important, guys, when this new DLC comes out, because you're going to be in a race to get that better 2.0 armor. You're going to want to maximize your builds as best you can, and you want to make sure you have enhancement cores to do that. So I think we may have used up all of our packages there. We didn't have enough to get 1 more, but that's alright. Let's just take a look here really quick. So I think in this experiment here, I didn't get that many masterwork gears here. It looks like only 2 maybe, but if we break this down, maybe we'll get lucky and that'll be 2 enhancement cores. Nice, that's good. If we can get 2 from this, that'd be cool. Alright, so we got 3 enhancement cores. Not a whole lot, but here's the thing though. It didn't take us much at all to do this. Very little time, very little effort. We got a mod component here. That's always a bonus. Let's just, for the sake of completion here, I'm going to break down all of this gear. We'll see exactly where we end up in terms of our legendary shards back. If we can get back roughly 85%, that'd be cool.
Whenever you're ready.
And then we'll look here at the very end what we get. The other cool thing is I'm getting a lot of gunsmith materials. That'll be cool too when Banshee comes back for Shadowkeep. We'll get a lot of cool gear from him. So breaking down this last little bit. Interesting that the weapons give you back 4 materials and then the armor gives back 3. Not a big deal though. Alright, so we're up to 2,196. Remember, we have to get to 2261 if we want to get back everything. So we're at 2211 right now. So we got back 150 out of the 200 that we spent. But we also have our shaders too, and that's what's going to be better about Brother Vance, is we have our shaders. So those are the Kairos Gold and the Kairos Blacks, and that's 15 shards right there. So we got back 165 out of our 200 that we spent. So basically for 35 legendary shards, we got a couple mod components, and we got, I think it was 3 enhancement cores. So we got kind of unlucky there when it comes to the exchange, but still though, it's way better than buying them from Spider directly, and we got the nice extra bonus of getting some mod components as well as some gunsmith materials. So that's going to be your best bet, guys. Make sure you grab every single bounty that you can from Banshee. Make sure that you're using advantage of the collection system when it comes to dismantling those blue adventure weapons to get back some mod components, and take advantage of this simulation seed exchange whenever Brother Vance has those, whenever Spider has those for sale, Entangled Shore for legendary shards. Like I said, guys, hit the like button if this was helpful. I hope it was. I want to look forward to seeing you guys in Shadowkeep, and I can't wait for that day. So take care, best of luck, and we'll talk soon. See you guys.